business works? Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? Chlorine. Now follow me. Not literally chlorine, but the fact that we are about to have a chlorine shortage. By the way, every time I say chlorine, I think of Silence of the Lambs. Anyway, apparently, back in August of 2020, which was last year, for all the brain surgeons watching, back in the summer of last year, a chlorine factory that was in Louisiana had a fire and burned down. Okay, shit happens. I get it. The chlorine factory burned down. File for insurance. Rebuild the fucking factory and get back up to speed. Can we move on? Apparently, we cannot. Why? Because we're about to have a chlorine shortage now from one factory having a fire. What? Huh? Say that again? We're about to have a chlorine shortage in America because a single factory burned down in Louisiana last year? Fuck that bullshit, right? There are factory fires every day around the world. If a tire plant burns down, is there a tire shortage? If a furniture plant burns down, are people sitting on cardboard boxes the next year? This seems almost impossible to me. I have some questions. Number one, how about just make more chlorine in the other factories that didn't burn down? Okay, number two. Isn't this technically good for business for the other chlorine manufacturers around the country? Isn't this how capitalism works? There are more than one chlorine manufacturers, so don't they just get busier now? Number three, aren't there chlorine manufacturers in other countries around the world? There are swimming pools in other countries. Hotels have swimming pools. Houses have swimming pools. There are swim clubs everywhere in every country. Where are they making the chlorine in the rest of the world? How about make more and sell some in the United States? Isn't this how business works? And don't big box stores and swimming pool supply stores and the warehouses that manufacture chlorine, don't they all have extra chlorine stored? Are you telling me that every store sells out all the chlorine they get immediately and every chlorine manufacturer ship every single bag or barrel of chlorine they make? Who knew chlorine was a more precious commodity than gold? Honestly, how fucking fragile are we in this country? A chlorine factory has a fire, and now the entire United States could have a big problem with swimming pools. How big was this fucking factory? How does one factory affect all the chlorine for the United States? What am I missing here? Look, I'm no scientist, but if companies are making Clorox, then retrofit some of these factories and make chlorine. Clorox, chlorine, it's the same thing, isn't it? Just put Clorox in your pool. I mean, isn't Clorox basically chlorine, but with a slight change with a molecule here and there? How different can they be? One cleans clothes, the other one cleans water. Put your fucking clothes in the pool, put some Clorox, and take a swim while you're doing the fucking laundry. Problem solved. Okay, listen, I switched my pool over to salt water just because I wanted to, but that was a smart move, huh? But I feel sorry for other people who just can't do this so easily, and they are going to be able to use their pools without chlorine? Holy cow. The United States is about to enter a chlorine shortage because one factory in Louisiana burned down last year. That's what ticks me off.